good evening and thank you for joining us on Sunday Magazine on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. It's been relatively calm and peaceful in the metropolis, and I hope that it is the same from where you are watching us this challenging period in our nation's history. Let us remember that the world is truly a global village, and so it is almost, if not completely impossible, to run anywhere else after committing havoc in one's country. This, therefore, being our first and possibly only home, should be taken care of for posterity. Our outlook on the program tonight is sure to put smiles on the faces of Amak residents who may have had a run-in with the recently disbanded task force. Stories abound about their negative attitudes before the chairman, Abdullahi Adamu Candido, laid them off. We shall get to hear about plans in place to take care of that and other issues. Also coming up tonight is a report by some hoodlums who vandalized the warehouse of the National Emergency Management Agency in Dakibiu, Jabi, and looted items stored in the warehouse. Our usual messages from clerics, visit to the countryside, the wedding of Kufre and Debbie, as well as exciting reports from the sports circuit. Do stay with us as we'll be back shortly. I am Ifoma Ojinta. Thank you for staying tuned. Now, about 3 p.m. this Sunday, some hoodlums broke into two warehouses belonging to the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, in Abuja, cutting away with some items. Ayana J. Auta has a situation report.
This is all that is left of the two warehouses that were vandalized by hoodlums. According to an eyewitness, the people broke into the place and picked bags of guinea corn, some electronics, mattresses, stationaries, among other items.
People gathered around here, Jabi Dakibiu, as they suspected it is a warehouse for palliative. They started government palliative. They started searching the building, and after all, they overpowered the police and the army that are trying to secure the place. After overpowering them, they entered. Some of them were lucky to have mattresses inside, computer items, some of them food items, and also vegetable oils.
Though the people refused to talk on camera, some passers-by say security operatives could not contain the angry youths, but as at the time of filing this report, the situation had been brought under control as armed security men had taken over the area.
Thank you very much, Aye, for that update. Now, following the incessant public outcry over the unprofessional conduct and operations of the Amak Task Force in charge of monitoring and enforcement of road traffic bylaws, the chairman of Abuja Municipal Area Council disbanded the unit and replaced it with the Amak Marshal, the security outfit of the council. In this report, Habiba Oladipo puts in perspective the issues surrounding the disbandment of the task force as well as expectations for the future.
In recent past, the activities of the Amak Task Force has generated concerns among the motoring public. This development led to the disbandment of the task force under the council.
Amak Task Force, they are disturbing drivers, they are embarrassing drivers with the passengers. It's no good.
Task Force, the way they walk, they are walking like as if they are tout.
Some motorists say this development is long overdue as they have operated outside their mandates.
Parts of the responsibility of the Amak Task Force was daily ticketing of commercial vehicles, control traffic, check illegal street parking, amongst other duties. However, it has been alleged in some quarters that the operatives of the task force have since abandoned their core mandate and resorted to extorting motorists and high-handedness in enforcing traffic rules and regulations that are the mandate of other government agencies such as the Federal Road Safety Corps and the Nigerian Police Force.
AMAC task force, they are disturbing drivers, they are embarrassing drivers with the passengers. It's no good.
Task force, the way they are walking like as if they are tout.
Last incident was that the Agberos were actually threatening a road safety officer that he cannot do anything, and that if he tries it, they will deal with him, they will show him they have powers and authority.
These reactions and complaints have become one too many for the chairman, Abuja Municipal Area Council, Abdullahi Adamu Candido. Hence, the disbandment and replacement of the task force with the AMAC Marshal, the professional security outfit of the council, a development that has been welcomed by many.
When you commissioned, then I was there, and what I saw, I was quite impressed because you were well trained and disciplined. So if they will be engaged to do this work, the better for us.
My advice is that they should learn from the mistakes of the task force. They should ensure that they work within the ambit of the law that has set them up and treat residents and motorists with the dignity that they deserve.
A lot of things that they have done to people that I don't really appreciate. So I think the marshal will really good for this time. Government have the final say anyway, but if they really want to still bring them, I think they have to enlighten them.
The personnel of the AMAC Marshal Guards are to be trained by the Federal Road Safety Corps in collaboration with the Directorate of Road Traffic Regulations before they commence operation.
Thank you very much, Habiba, for that background report. It is still Sunday Magazine on the Unity Station, NTA Channel 5, Abuja, and time to meet my guests to speak on recent issues pertaining the laid-off task force in Abuja Municipal Area Council, what next for members of the task force, and this one in Marshals. Please join me in welcoming the Vice Chairman, Abuja Municipal Area Council, Lawrence Onochukwu. Sir, thank you for joining us on Sunday Magazine.
Thank you for having me. Good evening, Nigerians. Good evening, good people of Abuja Municipal Area Council.
Now, sir, recently the Area Council, AMAC, announced the disbandment of the task force, and this was like sunshine on a cloudy day. What, brought about this disbandment of the AMAC task force?
Well, first of all, let me correct an impression here. AMAC task force was not completely disbanded, but we actually restructured AMAC task force. The reasons being that there was a lot of hue and cry from the public, so many petitions, so many complaints coming to the council in activities of this task force. So the chairman, in his wisdom, summoned a management meeting, which we all sat and agree on the way forward. So the AMAC, the issue of disbandment is not there completely, because why I say so is actually this task force is not actually meant for collection of levies per se. It's also meant to sanitize the city itself. We work in conjunction with Nigerian Police, Road Safety, and VIO. Certainly, it's for the security of the citizens of Abuja Municipal Area Council. So basically, what we did was to, because before now, you have the cases of where somebody is apprehended, after investigation, you find out at the end of the day, the person does not belong to task force. So hoodlums are using the opportunity or the window, because our task force men are always on mufti. So they are using that opportunity to extract money from the public, the so-called Agberos.
Okay, so when you talk about restructuring the task force, does it mean that residents can now identify the marshals from those who are the hoodlums?
I'm coming there because I have to give you the background, so you start from known to unknown. So when the hood and cry became so much, even Nigerian Union of Journalists organized a town hall meeting, with the chairman himself and the council members attend the town hall meeting. And at the town hall meeting, so many people brought their complaint up. Well, but before we get to that meeting, the council management has already agreed on what to do, because government is for the people, by the people. There's so much hue and cry from the residents. So when we agree that Amak Machar will now take over the activities of task force, so that it will be easy for residents to identify who is Amak Machar and who is Agboro, who is harassing them on the street. Because most of the hue and cry you are hearing on the street is not from us. That is the truth. So with Amak Machar, anybody who is arresting you for an offense, you should be able to identify the person, one, by he or her uniform, one, with proper identity card. Do you understand? Apart from this, we also set up a supervising team who will now supervise Amak Machar, who will be on the field doing this job going forward.
Now, there have been reports also that some of these task forces are still operating. Are you aware of this?
I don't think so. The chairman made it categorically clear on the day we had this disbandment or the day we had the discussion, anybody who arrests you without Amak Machar. However, task force is not about arresting people. It's about sanitizing the city. Because if you don't do that, people will park their vehicle where they're not supposed to park, which may cause accident or may cause obstruction on the road. So their job is basically to sanitize the city.
Okay, so what should residents do, when they are confronted, by anyone claiming to be a member of the task force?
Anybody who arrests you claiming to be Amak task force without the uniform of Amak Machar, we made it clear to good people of Abuja Municipal Area Council, the person should get he or her arrested.
Okay. Now, you said the task force was restructured.
Yeah.
What would be the difference between the task force duty and that of the marshals?
The task force, the Amak Machar, like I said, the duty of this task force is not basically to collect a cover from residents, but to correct or to discourage people from parking where you are not supposed to park. So when you park where you're not supposed to park, it's expected that the task force or Amak Machar will get the person arrested, and you pay a token of fine.
Okay, when you've defaulted.
When you defaulted.
Okay.
Exactly.
So both the task force and the marshal, they have the same duties?
No. You no longer see anybody apart from the marshal. Marshal now take full cover of Amak Machar, take responsibility of Amak task force jobs.
Now, can individuals or private organizations hire the services of the Amak marshals?
Well, certainly, I've been issued the brain or the vision behind Amak Machar. Amak Machar is a baby company of Abuja Municipal Area Council. It was created to actually do business. Our job, Amak Machar job, is to provide security to individuals and companies, which they are about to take off with task force now. And we have other places that we're also doing business with, like bank, some agency, and Paraceta. So Amak Machar is open for public to do business with. It's a company of its own. It's just that it's a baby of Abuja Municipal Area Council.
Okay, now you have this platform. I just want to ask you, what's your thought or your final thought on this issue concerning the marshals that you want residents of FCT to know that we've not brought on the table?
Yeah, they have uniform, like I said. Just like when you say a policeman arrests you, a policeman will always be with his uniform or with his identity, proper identity card. When I say proper identity card, some of this Agboro goes to business center and manufacture Abuja Municipal Area Council identity card. But it's going to be a different identity card with Amak Machar. So you identify the person with he or her uniform and also proper identity card. And like I said, we have also put up, because of the cry of our people, because these are people who vote us into power. In as much as government wants revenue, we will not also strangle those who put us into power. So because of that, we have to go extra mile in putting up the supervisors who will supervising their activities from day-to-day activities of this Amak Machar. So we're not just going to leave them on the field to go and be doing whatever they want to do. There will be supervisors who will be bringing report to the council on daily basis, how they operate, what they do for the day, what they're going to do the next day.
Okay.
So I think Nigerians and the Amak will be happy going forward the way Amak Marshal will operate.
Okay, before I let you go, I want to ask you, the past weeks, have been a bit challenging, with the events of the End SARS protests.
Yeah.
What message of peace do you have for residents of Amak?
For us as leaders, we have held a series of meetings with traditional rulers, religious leaders, opinion leaders, market leaders, and town union leaderships. The fact of the matter remains that leadership comes with a lot of responsibility, and this is one of them. Okay. And you're going to run away from it. So we are talking to our people. What is happening in Nigeria is not a good thing for anybody, but this is a decay of government for so many years. That is the truth. Okay. Because people will tell you APC government, Muhammad Buhari government. No, far from that. This is what has been happening for a very long time. All right, but today, this is where we are.
All right, thank you so very much. That's much we can take on the discussion segment. Thank you very much, Vice Chairman, Abuja Municipal Area Council, Lawrence Onochukwu. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, ma'am.
Let's take a break now. Sunday Magazine continues shortly.
Wait, you don't know, wait.
Komai na iya kare maka, amma ban da lokacin magana.
Sorry, your call credit is exhausted and your call has been terminated.
Kawai kira *321# don rantar lokacin magana a tsarin Borrow Me Credit ka biya a gaba. Ci gaba da tattaunawa a wayarka tare da tsarin Borrow Me Credit.
Kawo biyu, kada Allah ka kai kamun duran ruwa ma gaba ke da duran bi.
No, unlimited.
Thanks for staying tuned. And now updates on COVID-19. Figures from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, as at 24th October 2020, indicates 13 new cases of COVID-19 in the FCT, making the total number of cases 5,961, active cases 546, and the number of discharged cases in the territory now stands at 5,336, and sadly 79 deaths have so far been recorded in the Federal Capital Territory. And now to religious matters. It is important for Christians to have an intimate knowledge of God and live in peace with their neighbors. This formed the cross of Sunday sermon by General Overseer, Redeemed of Champion Chapel, Pastor Omotola Adebayo. The message of thanksgiving was also re-echoed at the Cherubim and Seraphim Movement Church. Miriam Jojitobo has details.
While reminding worshippers to imbibe the attitude of the Most High God, the General Overseer, Redeemed of Christ Champions Chapel, Pastor Omotola Adebayo, urged Christians to completely serve God, who never forsakes nor disappoints.
Our prayer is that God of heaven and earth should touch every heart. It is peace we need in a time like this. And also, anywhere they are ministering, they are preaching, whether imam or pastor, we should major on one thing. We should leverage on what will join us together, not what will tear us apart.
And at the Cherubim and Seraphim Movement Church, the leader, Special Apostle Akin Aleton, prayed for peaceful coexistence in the country.
Where there is no peace, there is no progress. Where there is fighting, where there is fractions, then you cannot make any progress. So let there be peace. No rancor, love each other. By the time you do that, then there will be peace, there will be progress, and everybody will be in good health.
Either we like it or not, there's a hope for this country. Whatever the tribulation we are going through now is a temporary measure. And I want to assure you that within now and December, all these issues going on now will be a thing of the past. There is hope for this great country, Nigeria.
There were supplications to God for peace, unity, and progress of Nigeria.
described as a show of love and celebration, many converged at the Sape's Palace in Garki, Abuja to celebrate the latest prince, Muhammadu Mansur Usman Nga. Hakimat Aliyu was there.
The palace of Sape came alive with its subject, friends and well-wishers from the women folk who gathered to show love and honor for baby Muhammad Mansur Usman Nga, the new prince in Garki Chiefdom.
All I want to say here is a big congratulations to Matan Sarkin Garki for a bouncing baby boy.
We want to appreciate what God has done for us, and I'm happy that she was able to gather people and give them what they need.
And I wish her and the baby Rahama, blessing.
We pray to Almighty Allah to guide him, to bring him up in a way that he will be also a responsible person in the community.
On this day, words-filled mother of the celebrant, Gimbia Haja Hannatu Usman Nga, who noted it is heartwarming to receive such an immeasurable gift from God as she continues to give thanks to the Almighty.
What do I say? It's just to give glory to God.
Aside from whining and dining, it was an opportunity to also share to the needy in the society with gifts of food items. In the all-women's affair, wives of chiefs from other settlements in Abuja also graced the occasion.
A big congratulations to the royal family for welcoming the latest prince. Now, it was a marriage of neighbors as Kufren of Ukan Namfon local government area of Akwa Ibom State fulfilled the traditional marriage rites of his heartthrob, Deborah, a native of Bekwara in Cross River State. Deborah Micah captured the Trailing Union in Nasarawa State.
It was celebration galore for family members and family friends who witnessed the traditional marriage in Karu, Nasarawa State. On display was the South-South culture to the admiration of all.
For everything, it's a thing of joy. We are happy.
And we are here to celebrate with Kufre Jackson.
He's a part of us, he's a friend, he's a brother, and the wife too is a friend.
With pomp and pageantry, the newly married couple confessed their love for one another, filled with gratitude to God for making the day possible.
I'm overwhelmed with joy. It's a beautiful day. It's a day I looked forward to, and I'm so grateful to God that He made it happen. We actually met in church. We attend the same. I was invited, more or less. That's not my church, but so I attended a program in his church. That was where we met.
My wife is a beautiful lady and she's a beautiful queen, and I'm also a handsome, fine man. So together we've decided to gather people to witness our love together.
Guests who extolled the virtues of togetherness advised the couple to keep faith with their vows.
I'm so excited with what God is doing. Basically what I have to tell the couple is that marriage is a journey and it's a lifetime journey. So whatever they're about to do today is starting a journey that will end till eternity. So as long as they are ready to invest in this journey, there is no going back. So all
marriage is the beginning of good things. So many have this testimony, and their own too, God will perfect it.
In marriage, when there's no communication, the marriage cannot be said to be a happy marriage.
Be a good wife for all your husband family. You understand, ba? You welcome them. You give them.
My daughter, I will ask him, let him be the flower to mankind, to her husband.
This cultural troupe inspires the marriage ceremony.
Let's now join Hadiza Godwin Ibuni for the latest in sports.
Lewis Hamilton passed Valtteri Bottas to take a commanding victory in the Portuguese Grand Prix and break Formula One all-time win record. In tennis, Victoria Azarenka has recorded some of her best tennis this year, signaling her return to the big time at the Western and Southern Open. In football, the last remaining unbeaten record of the Premier League season was ended as leaders Everton crashed to defeat against an impressive Southampton at St Mary's. Everton went into the game having taken 13 points from their first 5 games but missed injured captain Coleman. While Barcelona midfielder Felipe is set to miss the Champions League fixture with Juventus on Wednesday after injuring his left hamstring. With Sports Brief, Hadiza Godwin Ebuni, NTA News.
Thank you very much, Hadiza, and many thanks to you for staying with us. And let's do this again, same time, same station next week. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Remain safe wherever you are, as well as observe the COVID-19 protocols. I am Ifoma Otinta. Bye for now.